Hi, everyone. Welcome to Hallmark Movie Drafts. This episode is an overview of last year's HMD 2024 Tournament of Champions. I'm Lynn, your host. Erinbeth is here with me, and together we're going to peel back the curtain and talk about this year's tournament. We're going to name names, who's competing in it, and take you through round one and announce which players are advancing to round two, the semifinals. So, Erinbeth, first of all, Happy New Year. How's your 2025 going? Is it off to a good start?
Oh, it is. I mean, we're just a few days in, so it hasn't had a chance to do anything different. But I'm expecting 2025 to be fantastic. How about yours?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a busy year. I don't really make resolutions, but I pick like a word to focus on for the year, something that's like really intentional. So I think 2025 is going to be a really great year.
And I know it's going to start off busy for us because we've got the championship tournament rounds, and there's the 10 best Hallmark Christmas movie drafts this month as well.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, Mary, Brian, and Vanessa, they're all coming back for their third year in a row to draft the 10 best holiday movie list. And I think that makes them kind of our official Hallmark Christmas movie experts. They're not just enthusiasts. And I think when you do three in a row, you deserve, special recognition for that.
Do they get gold stars or, a trophy? No, wait, they have to win to get a trophy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
give Brian a trophy or maybe a gold star based on his ranking choices. Oh,
All right. Well, let's just wait and see what he does this year. Actually, that'll be in like another week or so when we're recording that. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But for now, let's talk about 2024 Championship Tournament and round one. So 2023 was the first year that we actually did this Tournament of Champions season. And the tone and the format is basically, we wanted something competitive, but without required movie watching, something that refers back to, the previous year where people had actually, played and competed, and also still give the players who didn't win their draft a chance to actively participate with a purpose. So we've got round one as an elimination round, and we wanted it to be fast paced, not time consuming, because we all work and have busy lives. So in round one, we asked all of the 2024 players who didn't win their draft to rank the 12 movies that had been ranked number one in 2024 drafts. And based on their responses, we came up with a single ranked list, 1 through 12, of those number one movies.
right. And then each of the 16 winners of their drafts were asked to do the exact same thing, submit their personal ranked list of those 12 movies.
Yeah, exactly. And so then we scored each winner's personal list against the final ranked list, and they got 1 point for every movie title they had in the same ranked position as the final list, with the 8 players with the most points moving on to round two, the semis. So, Aaron Beth, kind of stepping back a little bit, can you read the list of the 16 panelists who won their drafts? These are the people that are competing in the tournament.
All right, we had Kate, Meredith, Leanne, Tracy, Kristen, Lisa, Dan, Thaddeus, Cece, Mary, Aaron, Bran, Christine, Emily, aka Mrs. Walker, Happy, and Jenna.
Perfect. So here's the list of the 12 movies that were ranked number one this past year in Hallmark Movie Drafts, in no particular order. It was Rip in Time, A Holiday Spectacular, Notes of Autumn, A Heavenly Christmas, Check into Christmas, Summer Villa, Savoring Paris, Magic of Lemon Drops, In Merry Measure, Delivered for Christmas, Project Christmas Wish, and Open by Christmas. Listeners, you can actually see the list of the number one movies on our Instagram. I'll drop a post along with this bonus episode, but you can also go through our Letterboxd and you can see all of the movie drafts lists from 2022, 2023, and 2024. Aaron Beth, the non-winners from this year, those players who didn't win their drafting match, they were asked to rank those 12 movies, 1 through 12, and we created the definitive ranking from their answers. So can you read the final ranked movie list of titles, please? This is the list that we compiled after all of the non-players cast their own personal rankings.
All right, starting with number 12, A Heavenly Christmas. 11, Check Into Christmas. 10, Open by Christmas. 9, Delivered for Christmas. 8, Project Christmas Wish. 7, Ribbon Time. 6, A Holiday Spectacular. 5, In Merry Measure. 4, Notes of Autumn. 3, Magic of Lemon Drops. 2, Savoring Paris. And 1, Summer Villa.
Yeah, Summer Villa and Savoring Paris were really neck and neck, but it did turn out that that Summer Villa got more votes in the number one position than
Absolutely.
Savoring Paris did. Right? It was a bit of a surprise, but there it is. It was super close. All right. So then we asked the 16 competitors, the 16 names that you just read, to submit their ranked lists, and we scored each of their personal lists against the master ranked list that you just read, and they got 1 point for every movie title that they put in the same ranked position as on the master list. But unlike last year, there were no tie scores in order to get it whittled down to just the 8 players that would go on to the semis to round two. It was really cut and dried this year, right? Last year, Kate and I had to do a whole bunch of mathematical gymnastics because there were so many ties. I think it was like 12 people tied, and we really needed to get it down to that final to that final 8. Erinbeth, let's go ahead and announce the 8 players who are moving on to round two, the semifinals.
The 8 players moving on to round two, in no particular order, are Kate, Tracy, Cece, Kristen, Erin, Bran, Danielle, aka Happy, and Jenna.
This is an incredible field. I mean,
I was
Kate,
surprised.
right? Kate, Tracy, and Cece each got 4 points, so 4 titles in the matched position. Kristen, Aaron, Bran, Happy, and Jenna each got 2 points. Last year's champion, Dan Thompson, didn't make it to round two this year, and neither did Mary or Meredith, who were the second and third place winners last year. Those three, along with Lisa, Christine, Emily, aka Mrs. Walker, each got 1 point, and Leanne and Thaddeus each got 0 points. But Aaron Beth, they're all great competitors. They're all great drafters. Just luck wasn't on their side this time.
No, I mean, you and I both were a little surprised by the list, so I can understand why their lists didn't exactly match up. But Kristen and Happy are both first-time players, so it's really cool to see them moving on to the semis. I wonder how much bragging, though, Bran will do to Dan about making the semis when he didn't.
Totally. So, listeners, round two is going to take place over the next couple of weeks. It's the beat the clock lightning round, similar to last year, but with some true and false elements built in. And just like last year, that round of play will be recorded with players one on one and edited into one show. So, give last year's round two show a listen just to get an idea of what it might be like. But Aaron Beth, as we mentioned at the top of the show, before round two even happens, we've got the 10 best Hallmark Christmas movies draft that's coming up for 2024 just in a few days. It's such a huge draft to create the definitive list of the 10 best movies. So buckle up. And Aaron Beth, I'm going to see you in what? It's next Sundays when we're recording. So just a few days
Oh,
from now.
just a week from today. I'm really excited. It was a big bucket of movies this year, so I'm really excited to see how it pans out.
Hallmark Channel, Hallmark Mysteries Channel, Hallmark Plus, the streaming service added in. I don't know. I've lost count. It was like 50, 55 movies. I don't know. I'll take a look before
It was
next
a
week when we
lot.
record. It was just a lot, but too much, some might say. All right, everybody. We'll see you in a few days. Hallmark Movie Drafts is a monthly production. Stephanie Chriselle creates the movie synopses using descriptions from IMDb or Hallmark.com as a base. Rebecca lets the list of eligible movies and manages our Letterboxd account called Hallmark Drafts, where you'll find the list of eligible movies for each show, as well as the final top 10 lists and the panelists who drafted them. Erinbeth Cermak creates the Where to Watch lists and the trivia round questions, and along with Stephanie and Kate, provides additional creative, research, and hosting support. I'm Lynn Austin. I'm the showrunner, producer, and host. I staff the panels, create the show topics, manage the production schedule and the HMD socials, and edit and publish the podcast. Intro and outro music is provided courtesy of Amato Zapana. Thank you to the Deck the Hallmark Double Deckers who share their passionate opinions on these Hallmark movies that we love, or maybe not love, so much.